Part 2, I think. Yeah, last time we ended around here.
It's not lucky, it's skill.
No, it was skill. Luck. So, this clip we've already had. Overanalyzed. Way too overanalyzed. Basically, it came down to, he heard someone slide, you didn't slide upstairs, so he asked to slide from up to down. So he is definitely above me, and otherwise he isn't a threat. So if he's closing in, it is from up from down to down, so I can't expect him there. And that's what I did. So here you can hear the slide. And there you have the knife. Next clip. Just a bit of beaming. That's really quality, can't go higher. Falling down because of course. Definitely not bad or anything. Basically just, if you're playing solo, keep on, stay on the high ground. Keep rotating. Nice little beam. So clearing my back before I start looting. Didn't do that often enough. UAV's useful. I don't know why I started choosing that guy first, because the guy behind me was a more imminent threat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Quick flank whilst he's plating. Once again breaking up sides, because they...
Yeah.
He peeked the same way, that's why it's not very smart. I do too sometimes. Yeah. You can see him on the UAV, on my level. In this building. You can see he's above the staircase, meaning that he's not outside there. So he is hittable. Normally they either hide behind the door or they hide right there. Where I just shot. Just make predictions. You'll see what works. So here you can see he jumped out of the window because the AI shot him. I expected him inside. Absolutely whiffed that. Was mid-weapon swap when he pushed. Thought he was outside there, to be honest, but was gonna go inside onto the staircase. Yeah, of course, I hate you, so I'm cheating. So, look. You see him moving this side, right? So, there's two options. Either he went into that room, or he went underneath me, which I doubt because he was further away from me. He was closer to that door. So he probably went through the door down below into the floor, the building, red floor building, room, bedroom. So what I do here is I take low ground. I first clear this room here. Should have looked at the door as well, but I didn't. And then I didn't. Oh, whoops! I didn't see him anywhere here, correct? So I'm gonna go clear it left to right. Is he in the bathroom? That's the safest way to find out. He was not. I see him moving. I adjust my aim. I hit him. I see him moving once again left to right, so he is outside there somewhere now. Now, what I would have done in his position is bait that little, the little visual clue of him going left to right. I would have used that, stood still behind that wall, waited for the other guy, me in this case, to push around on this side and then retake staircase to get high ground again. Probably rotate to this building for overview. He's there. Because he didn't do that. He just... You can literally, you can see where he is going. And apparently that makes me a cheater. I think that is German. What? Noch ein Spieler mit Cheat? Whoa. Didn't expect that one. You
Пидор,
didn't
блядь.
expect
Как ты
me
нахуй
either.
забрался без звука, блядь?
That's definitely very friendly. So, like I explained in the last one, clearing roofs. This is old clip of
Да,
AP
да, я
rounds. See, look. This is why you clear shit like that. If you have got the apartments like this, and then you've got a building right here, and then you've got that is way too broad. And you've got the ACs here. That is garbage. Hold up. Fuck. Okay, so don't worry, I can definitely draw. Stop. Yeah. So you got AC, zipline, AC, excuse me, AC, building. That's horrible. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You get it. You know the apartments. Building, AC. That is horrible. Basically, if I'm here, anything that I do not have a line of sight on is considered unclear, dangerous, could be enemies. So when I push over here, I see a person here. I'm not going to blindly chase that guy. Not in my right mind, I'm not. If I'm too desperate, if I've been raging for hours, absolutely I'm going to chase him and I'm going to die. But if I'm not, I'm going to be careful. I look around here, get my FOV over on this area because I want to know if there is people here or here. And you might hear someone here. I don't know if I did in the clip because I think skill issues, but if you turn up the volume, you might be able to. Or play it again without me yapping through it. Yeah. You can see a person there. After I clear that, because if I don't, I rush through and get shot by this guy in the back and I'm dead. Because if either I turn around here, face this guy with less than optimal plates, and then this guy could flank back, if I win this gunfight, or I keep chasing this guy, he might turn around and shoot me in the face, and I might still get the kill, but I would be low, and then this guy can chase and still get the kill. You get the point. Minimize risk. Take their fights one by one by one by one. Never fight a 1v2. Like, directly.
Блядь. Да, время.
Yeah, no,
Без
you
звука,
won't be.
блядь.
Да, да, я вижу.
Not even. Not even. So overanalyzed. It's still a good analyzation, but you can. You can see him running.
Да, да, я вижу.
I'm too tired. I'm using that as an excuse, okay? So, same guy. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. And then. Fucked. This is why I put this in this compilation. That is also why that is not part of another video. This is way too loud. This is also, again, people spamming their shotguns, and I get 0 kill because they just ruin each other. See, here I do it again. I enter the apartments, and I slowly check left to right. It's just check those corners. Captain Price told us. You enter, you see this, and this is clear. Everything you've got your sight on, and there is no one there, is clear. This corner is not clear, so that is what I'm going to be looking at next, because this is the closest to me. This is the most imminent threat. After that, the bathroom and that little corner will be dangerous. Which is also why I don't move over here, or at least I don't think I will. If I do move over here, I'm kind of stupid. No, see, I don't. I've cleared this. I move on to clear the bathroom. Then I move on to clear that little corner. And look at that, there is a person in that corner. This is CQB 101. This is literally, it's the basics. And don't challenge things you're not gonna win. Unless you're insane with knives. Here, my crosshair is nowhere near that guy. I'm not even gonna try shooting at him because he only has to adjust a little bit and then pump once with his shotgun and I'm done for. I have to both adjust my aim over to him, hope there is not a second person nearby, and pump an entire magazine into his face. I'm not going to make that, especially with 14 rounds. If there's a second guy, I won't. No, nuh-uh. I remember that guy's down below there, so the staircase isn't clear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to peek out open here, far away, because he has a shotgun. He can't reach this. Well, he can, because shotguns suck and have insane range, but it wouldn't deal enough damage. It would be no match for a AP round loaded MP5. It's just more efficient at this range. Now this seems clear, so I peeked the guy who was down below, assuming he is still there, but also checking if he's still there, because if he isn't, he's either went downstairs, which would mean he isn't a threat anymore, just something for future Masurai to deal with, or he is going up in the staircase and pushing me, which would mean I would have to take distance, stand somewhere over there and pre-aim that corner. But he is there. Now, I shoot one of them, because if I were to just adjust my aim and start shooting the other person in the same time, he can do the same, but more accurately, because I'm still busy with the first guy. So, I move away, take cover, and immediately peek again. Now, he had the idea to push me, which makes sense. I'm above him. You gotta get onto at least the same level, if not higher up. Little does he know, I give up my high ground for a better position. And catch him off guard. I don't know why he went downstairs there, that makes no sense. Surprise, surprise.
Hostile soldier.
Yes, indeed, hostile soldier. There is so many hostile soldiers. The name means literally fuck all. Hush. Yeah, so once again, clearing. There was a guy down below there. I plated up over here. I checked over here. This is clear.
Less audio.
The staircase is clear. I hear footsteps down below over there. Did you hear them too? I'm gonna 13.
Less audio.
He talks through it, but you can hear the footsteps down below in that room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pre-aim that room, and I will see him over there. Don't know if you saw it, otherwise just go back a little. Probably in bathroom, or in the corner over there on the bed. Or there. So now I've isolated him, right? He is behind this piece of cover. I've got field of view over there, field of view over there. Now he is pushing, but if not, then he's stuck there. I can see him on the left, I can see him on the right. He is stuck behind that piece of cover. If he moves, he's done for. So what I could have done, if he wasn't going to move, is slowly rotate over to this little corner and mount onto it, whilst keeping my crosshair right about where I think he is. And then if he decides to move left, then I've got him, because he has no longer a piece of cover. He no longer has a piece of cover. Yeah, look, if this is that wall, and he is there, and then you've got the little balcony ridge fence thingy here, then currently, this is my field of view. Okay, it's a bit wider. It's this. Let's say it's this. I can see him here, I can see him here. So he is stuck here, or I would immediately be able to shoot him. I would slowly reposition myself over here, not taking my eyes off of that piece of cover, but by doing this, this moves more so to over. Let me hop. More so to over here. Now he has no cover anymore. None of it. Not safe there. I've got distance, which is good in case he has a Bryson. And he's got nowhere to go. No pieces of cover. No head glitches. And he might not even expect it. There's nothing he can do. But not the case here. He pushes. Into my field of view. I don't have to do anything. I'm stable. I'm aimed in. Free kill. Window. Danger. Cover. Dead south. Literally all I've got. I'm stuck here. He has now got one of these pins that I just had on that guy. That guy couldn't move without getting into my field of view. Now I've got the issue that I just had. I can't move without getting into his FOV. He can just beam me. He can wait that out. Or he can blow up the tav. Both would be horrible for me. I've got smoke zone. Now I'm not going to smoke. Because I'm fairly confident in my skill sometimes. And I know where about that window is. Look, you've got the ridge here to guide you as well. That gives some perspective. So you know right about, well, let's say, there's the window. Because it's above the door there as well. I just know the apartments too well. Pre-aim the knife. And it was bad pre-aim. Because it was way too low. But it did hit it. Makes for a nasty clip. Should have smoked. I didn't. Decided to throw a second knife. It was a bit too low, but it was worth it. Now we take high ground. Clearing the apartments top to bottom is a lot more nice to do than clearing it from bottom to top. Because you can't get jumped on. You jump on people. New flight in, and you see him there. Now, rather than immediately pushing him straight there, I don't like fighting from that side of the stairs. I want to be on the outside, because on the outside you've always got a way out. You can't just get stuck. Over there, he's got the window. That is his way out. Here, what I would have done is just jump the window or pre-aim this piece of stairs really badly. Because if I was in a position, I saw a guy above me, and I saw the guy drop down below, meaning that there is no longer anybody below, above me, and I can just pre-aim down below, and everyone who pushes me has to either go up the zip, which you can hear, hello, can I talk, or has to get past this piece of stair. My dumbass just pushes up, without knives. He did still have the muni in his hand. Oh, cluster mine in his hands. So that is what got me the kill there.
Impossible.
Otherwise I would have died. I don't think he expected me to drop down only one level, so it was faster than he expected, but still, I played that way too riskily. Okay, so UAV, on the UAV I saw people far away. They're not appearing on my map right now. You only have to see the UAV for half a second to know where everyone is. Because they're clustering. They're stacking. Big teams. So you look at the UAV, you see, okay, town center, at least 4 guys, probably platoon fighting. There's a bit of a thing going on power plant, but there is always a thing going on power plant. Could be AI, didn't really have good enough of a loop. There's no arrows, okay, so that's... Okay, there is an arrow, that is a player. At least one player on power plant. That could be a great threat if he's got a sniper and I've been fighting in apartments. But I'm not. Apartments is clear now. I'm gonna move on to the next team. I'd rather take care of the big team first. So I'm gonna play it up a bit and then parachute in. Now here I like to parachute, not just because it takes time to just walk and run, also because there's a fuck ton of AI here, and it's really out in the open. So you can get... Wow, can I speak? You can get beamed, or you can get sniped very easily there. So, yeah, just beam fast. Okay, so that's another ping. Pin, not ping. I got pinged, so I got distracted. Yep, you see him there. You see him on the map. You aim at him. Ta-da! He is now stuck behind a piece of cover. Left or right. If I hit my shot, he can't get away. Why did I do that? Probably because I didn't want these guys to flank. If they get up on the building, they can beam me when I'm down there, and I'm stuck out in the open. I'll have to use smokes, but I can't smoke effectively down there. Or mid-parachute. So I tried parachuting over to them, couldn't with the jump.
Enemy UAV active.
Yeah, so big flanks. Last time they saw me, I was over there. Get close to the building, stick to the walls. That limits their FOV.
One kill confirmed. Too many of those will put a bounty contract on your head.
Taking high ground over plating and reloading, reloading over plating. I've got AP run, so that's completely understandable. This was horrid. I could have thrown a knife there. I'm glad I didn't. I should have kept high ground, but I was afraid someone was pushing me. And there was still a guy over here. If I get sniped while I'm up there and there is a person nearby, I'm done for. Why did that mute it? So here you hear footsteps. I pushed out because I'm afraid of getting pushed by this guy. I'd rather take this fight real quick, make it a 1v1 v1 rather than 1v2. Because if I'm up there getting fought by that guy and then this guy pushes up, then I'm still low when he pushes. And yes, I can hold that ridge, so when he mantles I get the kill, but I don't know how many bullets I'm going to need for this guy. Because he was fairly out in the open. I whiffed all my shots earlier. Not too confident in my aim. So I'd rather push this guy, get the element of surprise, break his camera, kill him, and then get close to the building to do another flank. Which is what I do.
Ultra One, another operator kill puts a
Yep. Didn't expect him on the stair, but doesn't matter if you're pre-aiming. You can just, you know, shoot.
Ultra One kill confirmed. Too many of those will put a bounty
So prior to
contract
finishing
on
that
your
kill,
head.
I checked the opposite apartments. There was movement. Pre-aim a knife there. And then get up, use the ridge to get over to them without losing high ground. Not high ground, even ground. Better than low ground. Yeah, good knife. Easy finish, made him desperate. That guy is trouble. Okay, so I'm low, got a break line of sight. I am not taking that fight. He has hollow point as well. What was the other one called? The flinch inducing one? I think he had that one.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your
Bad.
location. Stay alert.
Bad, really bad. Reposition. It's always easier to take a fight with overview like this than just wait for someone. It's not
Enemy
completely
UAV
true.
active.
I mean, both make sense. You can pre-aim something, but on the other hand, he did have the AP rounds, thingamajiggies. Something that deals a great deal of damage. Didn't like it. Nuh-uh. So I'd rather get this surprise. Easy pre-aim. Yeah, you can hear his footsteps here. And then you just preempt that. And then you see the movement, and then you throw a knife. Taking a head glitch, as always, because it's easier to get into cover if you're behind the head glitch already. That's just logical. Quick beam, shouldn't have done that, I was afraid he had a lockwood. If he did, it doesn't matter if you shoot first, he gets no flinch, he's just gonna one-tap you. So yeah. Really glad it worked out. Free games. Yeah. Just look where you're going.
Oh, there.
Ultra One, be advised, targeting
Yeah,
operation.
Look where you're going and check your back frequently. I think that is the probably most useful advice. So here, this guy's taken out. There were two guys at the water earlier already. Yeah, over here you can see the bunny running over there. Probably saw that in game as well. Do keep in mind that even though I can only record in 1080p, I play in 1440p.
Be advised,
I
targeting
see
operation.
more in game than you see in the recordings. Taking high ground real quick because it's unexpected and it gives me an overview. This clears up my FOV for the entire beach. That is good because that means the only way they can flank is either down there, which I can see them moving over there, or over there behind the ridge, meaning that this entire area is going to be clear, like this, and this further down there, which you can't there. That the entire beach basically.
Enemy UAV active.
Looks helicopter. Okay, AI shot. AI shot right about where the kill was. Might they be reviving? No, probably. I don't know why I shot the AI. That was stupid.
Oh,
But still, you saw the AI shooting, you knew he was right about there. I saw him shadow-like figure moving from right to left, so that might have been a player. I don't know, just gonna pre-aim. No, it was not a player. Get hit, reposition, take cover, repeat. Jump past his camera.
Plus possible.
He said pas possible, which is French for that's not possible.
Attacked him in his run.
Start reloading at a bad time.
where? Where?
Power.
That's him.
Roof.
Way too low and slightly too far to the left.
He's just got on the other side.
Hit the door. Quick re-peek. And back into cover because of whiff tap. So,
Roof.
3 people. If I hear someone on the stairs and they push, I cannot hold that zipline. If there's 3 of them, that's probably what they're gonna do because they know I'm holding the zipline, so they're gonna find another way up. I'd rather take care of that first by moving. Here I hear footsteps. I sound bait with the door. I'm running away.
He's just got on the other side.
He gave a call out because he heard me using that door. Fantastic. Head glitch. Quick and easy damage. He tried re-peeking there with a Lockwood. That is incredibly scary. I hate Lockwoods. So what I do is I, quote unquote, run off and hide behind the door. Wait for them to push. They're eager and desperate. Thank you very much. Failed to make use of that though, because I was both too late and with my shots, and didn't anticipate for the second person to be there, which I should have.
He's here.
And I expected him to run after me through that door, rather than around the block.
Yeah.
Now, normally what people would do is, if your enemy is coming from over here, look, blah 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 blah. Building, that is garbage. Apartments, more apartments. Enemies pushing in. Me running off. Normally, when someone's running off, they run away from their enemy, obviously. Jumping over to the other apartments most of the time. Correct? Nuh-uh, because they are in a forward motion. They are no longer going to be here. You know what you do when you do hide and seek with moving? You wait until someone has looked or searched at a good hiding spot, and then when they move on, you sit in that spot. They won't look at there again, because they already did. They already cleared that. So now after they move after me here, following this arrow, I sneaky, 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 get up here. Behind them. They will expect me anywhere in this area, and probably in this area. Maybe in this area. But here? No. No, because how could I? I'm still only one level below them. I did with that.
Running down.
The footstep audio might have helped them there, but running down is the wrong call out. Mission success. I've successfully dipped. Now there's footsteps below me. So now I move over to this building, see a guy out in the open, start beaming, finish real quick. Now it's no longer a 3 versus 1, it's a 2 versus 1. This is where I fuck up. I see a player over there. I see a player over there, still pre-aim back over to this person because my brain is faster than my actions. Somehow. For some reason. And it sucks. If I see a person here, and I'm still in the motion of clearing both sides, so I look in this direction, then by the time I've processed that this person is here, I've already peeked back to this person because I want to beam this person. Because they're isolated. Isolate your enemies. Take them one by one by one. Not 1v3. Unless we're horrible at the game.
I've shot him.
Or unsuspecting.
Close enough.
So here, no peeking because Lockwood. Gross. Quick peek for information. I now have a UAV, not UAV. Self-revive. Once again, imminent danger. I think I heard him, but I'm not completely sure. Yes, I did. So that's a very distinct noise if someone's climbing up there or is on there on that roof. It makes a different noise than when they're walking around at a normal upper floor, top floor, or the wall. So then you know they're up there. Even if you didn't know if they're up there, the biggest threats here, there, that corner, there, up there. Because this gets the biggest line of sight. This gets you... I'm really glad that I have this whiteboard. Even though I'm horrible on it. So, look, you've got, this time, a bit different departments. So, different perspective. This is top of the apartments. This is the little building. Like, you know, staircase, staircase, staircase. And then you've got on the opposite side, you've got the same. Now you've got a little ridge here. This is what you're hiding behind, the little wall. Now if you're over here, as close to the wall as possible, that's where you get the most cover. If there's a person up here, he's got this line of sight, right? So you're completely stuck behind the wall. If there's a person down here, this is their line of sight. You can crawl all the way over here, and you're safe. Not with this person. If they're up there, you're fucked. You have to stay near the wall. If you want to get off of there, you pop a smoke and then you move. And even then, if they have a thermal, ooh. So you make it as short as possible. The moment that you want to be in their FOV for as short as possible. If you can be in there for no time at all, do it. That's important. Breaking those lines of sight. So you pop a smoke, and if they have a thermal, just for a second, you can just hop down here. Hop down there. Hop down below their FOV. It's going to be difficult. Your biggest chance is hopping down and immediately going over to their building. And then when they're confused and maybe try to take this balcony, then you hop back over there, and then you take the window and you do a little repositioning over to the other side, over to this side. I'm getting too complicated, too in-depth. But you get the point. So, you check the biggest danger first. You check every line of sight that might screw you over incredibly much. Now, if they're standing on top of this, that is the next danger. But it's also dangerous for them. Because standing on top of that, and can I draw a straight line, please? If they're standing on top of that, they're out in the open. Same goes for air. Except for on air, you've got the little antenna, AC, thingamajiggy, whatever the fuck it is. This gives you the least cover. It also gets you in cover the most quickly, fast, whatever. Standing back here is useful because you can get into cover real quick, but it's also the most open place. Like, yeah, you get quite a bit of FOV, but you can get spotted by everyone. So yeah, apartments 101. Risk assessment. Danger assessment.
Oh, little bastard.
I hate the Lockwood guy. I hate Lockwoods. So I get it down, and I should have checked if someone was reviving there. I know there's a person in this stairwell, probably still in there, maybe even closer to his teammate. Precision airstrike, so I have to move anyway. So we parachute over, hopefully get the finish. Yes, we do. And immediately move. Because the odds of his teammate being nearby with a shotgun is gigantic. They might also be reviving. We also know that we got the airstrike notification over there. It could have been for over there, so I don't want to be there. So we move. Why did you mute again? Get inside, immediately get outside again, because inside equals shotguns, equals danger. You want to take the roofs. 3 plate real quick. Close the door, because there might be a person behind the door. This is so dangerous. I should not have looted there, but I did. UAV ping. Person down there could be reviving. Isn't reviving. Is inside the building. Is not on the outer layer thing. You can see that. I still checked. You can see it on the UAV as well. Okay. Ping says down below, meaning this level's clear, correct? Yes. Peek. Clear it, top to bottom. Clear that, clear that, clear that. I want to clear as much of this as possible, so I move my FOV so that I can see as much of it as possible. And I see a person. If I didn't have, I would have jumped to that little ledge where the body is, probably nicked a bit of loot, because it's also... It's loot. It's loot. Get the knife.
What?
GG's. No shotguns, please.
Back out. Back out.
Back out, back out!
Yeah, I like ruining wobs. I'm sorry, that one person wasn't a wob, but it's still like... That is way too loud. Stun, I'm fucked. Right shield person. Gross fuck. Eat knife.
Killing operators will put a contract
Luck.
on your head.
Insane luck. Insanely lucky. If that person had been capable, and fortunately, people with riot shields most often are horrid at the game. But if that person had had knives or gotten closer, rather than hitting me, shot their gun, I would have been dead. I'm still insanely low. Break lines of sight, avoid your enemy for as long as possible until you get back a bit of HP and preferably a plate. I re-peeked him. Why? I have low HP, yes. It is unexpected, yes I have AP rounds, okay that's gonna help. Not fast enough. Now last time he saw me, I was here. In a re-peek from that motion, so you can probably expect me to re-continue that motion. It's very far-fetched, but I don't. Just, it's on a psychological level. Now, I know he's in that little gap between the buildings. So, I'm gonna keep this building between us for as long as possible. Give me a plate. Second person is pushing over there. So now the risk is both over there, could peek any side, and this guy could peek this side. Could also move to this side, but will take him a little longer. This is risky as fuck because there's two people and I've got one piece of cover. So I've got to get out of there. Yet another stun. Fantastic. But this person holds the Bryson and is at a long range. Still shouldn't have shot at that person. Right decision. Getting stunned means you're getting pushed. That was a Semtex. But at least one of them is now coming around on this side. So I'm going to move over to this side. If there's one person there, I can deal with that. I've got AP rounds in my gun, which is overpowered and I didn't use them anymore. But still, you get the point. Yeah. Nicking the 3 plate gives me quicker recovery as well. Quicker health regen. So that's good. Just running now. This was a risky moment because that guy could have still been there. Could have easily beamed me because that has an FOV.
Oh no.
Breaking lines of sight, I get a new piece of cover. This is a bigger building. That is fantastic. I can get on top. I can move that side, that side. There is 3 possible peaks for me, and there's 2 possible people, meaning I can avoid.
Where?
That's more grenades, more stuns. Equals push. Can we anticipate that? Yes, we can. Can we? Oh, okay. Probably heard him.
Hey, fall.
There's 1 person down, 1 left. Fantastic.
Fall.
The ultimate wob refuses to take any fights on his own. Rather fights it out with grenades and shotguns and stuns. So yeah, just peek him multiple times, use cover for as much as possible, and yeah, that's a rage quit. Tavs are fantastic. Tavs are amazing. You need a piece of cover to rotate around without, like, you know, to confuse your enemy. Just take a Tav. If you get into a Tav, you switch seats, it brings you over to the other side of the Tav, and then if you get out of the other door, meaning that you can basically teleport from one side of the Tav to the other. If you're standing behind the Tav on this side of the Tav, and a person is pushing, and they push past the Tav, they bring their FOV along, because you are standing over it, so they're trying to get their FOV onto you, so that this, where you are standing, is without any cover. This is going to be very, very far-fetched. You get into the Tav and get out at the moment that they've passed that door, then you will stand behind them. You might face the wrong direction, I don't know, it's situational, check for yourself. But it's one of the easiest and most mind-blowing and overpowered tricks in the game, and it's fantastic for fighting warps. So now I take my distance from that guy and then just finish him.
You're gonna die.
So these people were being arrogant earlier on in the game, yelling, "What's the soldier? You're gonna die," or at least one of them. And I did
I'm just trying to kill you.
UAV active.
Alone, I'm just trying to
Enemies here, me here.
kill you.
I'm running away. They expect a continuation of that motion. I run in this direction, I'm gonna keep running in this direction.
UAV active.
No the fuck I'm not. I use the door for sound bait, put a plate in, turn around, wait for them to push. Eat knife. Ta-da! Reposition. Door trick. Again. Now they expected it. I see a laser there. I see someone pushing there. There is still no FOV from this guy on me, and if he does have an FOV, then it will... it's not as risky. If he wants to keep pointing his gun at me and slowly come around the corner, then he is slow, meaning that I can first take this guy down and then reposition, hopefully behind him, because he's slow. Or he's going to rush in. If he does rush in, I can easily adjust my aim a little bit and down him AP rounds before he gets his gun stable again. Attack sprint, you know, the animation. You put your gun in the air, your barrel is nowhere near the enemy. You want to keep your barrel towards your enemy. Didn't even get it down. Could have gotten it down, but I didn't. Probably afraid of that first guy. Remember, do keep in mind, this split-second decisions. Not all of them are correct. Not all of them are the best decision. Not all of them have a logical thought behind them. Most of them have just been made instinctively. Very quickly. Closing the door. Getting chased. He's behind me. Fantastic. Once again, discontinuing the motion and waiting for him. Anticipating a person over here as well, because that would fuck me up. But by doing so, by checking this real quick, he's already pushed. That is COD timing. The moment you don't hold an angle, they're going to push the angle. And if you decide not to check this, there's going to be a person in. Shit happens. Rather than still peeking him on low plates, with him also having AP rounds, and probably a 3 plate, because look at the loot, and he had a large backpack as well, didn't he? No, I hit him before, I saw the 3 plate. So, not re-peeking that. Getting inside, finding new plates. Didn't take the new plates. Got hit, immediately repositioned. There he is, out in the open, running. Weapon not at ready. Easy down. Now, get cover here, because this guy could be chasing. I want to have this building between me and that guy. So rather than finishing from over here, which I probably couldn't have even done because he's crawling to cover, but it's about the thought process here. This line of sight from that door would break it. We move forward. Didn't even finish the guy. I only have 11 bullets, so that would be a bad idea. Now I finish him. Because I don't hear footsteps here. I don't hear footsteps there. Now I've got the time to reload as well. This was stupid because I shouldn't have beat this whilst reloading. Now I take high ground. Should have watched that door. Slowly clearing around the building. Once again, first checking the left side. I don't always first check the left side. But in this case, I did. And there he is. I didn't even know he was there. But I ordered in a pre-aim. Probably gonna die. Because look, I have got my barrel pointing towards where I'm going. Towards where enemies could be. Because this has been cleared. This has been cleared. Enemy must be here. Because there is a third. Or behind there. Or inside there. So my barrel is pointing somewhere in that direction. And I get it down. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Never been so lucky in my
that
life. No, I'm currently live on YouTube under the name Masurai DMZ. If you want to look me up, I have a camera connected pointing at my monitor. Sometimes I can't speak. But yeah, that's it. That was it, yeah. And don't you dare call me suspicious either, because, okay, you're not suspicious, it's fair. Don't call me a cheater. I've got a fuck ton of proof that I don't cheat. I've got an entire playlist showing that I don't cheat. Matter of fact, if you look up Masurai, and then you go to the channel, and then you go to playlists. Here, I've got everything. I should move this one. Vondel videos. Oh, Masurai video. It's still on private. Fuck. Okay. There's still a video in there that I haven't released. Proof that I don't cheat. 6 videos where I play with cameras, where I play with my controller in screen, where I play with my setup in screen, where I show that I play on a PS5. Even have my PC on the side, which I only use for fucking Discord, recording videos like this, playing stupid games with my friends, and holding the second monitor up with the chat whilst I stream. That is turned off in this video. The first one you see, this thumbnail. This is the ultimate proof that I don't cheat. I must have videos, quit asking for them. I am making them, it just takes me more time. This is private for me and my friends. This is private because... Okay. There are playlists. If you want to see shit, go to the playlists. This one is outdated. Go to Discord as well. If you still feel like I'm cheating, hit me up on Discord. I would be happy to prove to you that I don't. As long as you're open-minded about it, of course. I'm not gonna prove or gonna like I'm not gonna invest my time and energy in people who just want an excuse for why I'm playing better than them. If you're too stubborn to believe that I don't cheat, then don't even bother showing it. Don't even leave a comment. If you're that stubborn, I'm just going to ban you. Just be open for it. Make questions. Make a foolproof idea for how I could show that I don't cheat. Tell me that plan. I will do it. I will do almost anything to prove that I don't cheat. I won't reveal my personal details. I won't reveal my face. Other than that, pretty much anything. Okay, bank account details, you know, shit like that. As long as I don't dox myself, I will prove that I don't cheat. Well, there was a video. Have a good one. See you.